Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be doing Csec Mathematics Question 8. This is coming from May 2019. Let's get started. Question 8 states the function f and g are defined by f of x equal 9 over 2x plus 1 and g of x equals x minus 3. Part 1 asks us to state a value of x that cannot be in the domain of f. Now, the domain means the x value that we're trying to find out. When is it that it will not work? So our focus will be on the denominator for f of x. So for the denominator, we need to know what value of x. When I substitute, I will get 0. Because once the denominator is 0, you will get undefined, which is math error. So we can't have 9 over 0. So this is what we're asking you. When is it that we'll get 0 in the denominator? So what we're going to do is equate the denominator to be equal to 0 and solve for x. So I'll carry the 1 over the equal sign. So I will get a negative 1. So I have 2x equal minus 1. Then I divide both sides by 2. This cancels. So x is equal to negative a half. So the value for which the domain is not defined, it cannot work, is when x equals negative a half. Now the next question says find it in its simplest form for f of gx. So we are doing a composite function where we substitute gx into f. So this is just a reminder what is the f of x function, and the g of x function gx is equal to, so what we're going to do is substitute g into f. That's what we're doing. So g will be substituted into f. So where I have this x, I will be replacing it with x minus 3. So replacing the x with x minus 3. So what will I have? So the numerator, we'll leave it as it is because this is a constant. And then where I have the x in the denominator, I will replace it with x minus 3. And then I have plus 1. Now, what I'm going to do next is simplify this, clearing the bracket. So multiplying 2 times x, that will give me 2x. I'll write it in the denominator. 2 times x is 2x. And then I multiply 2 times minus 3, that's minus 6. And then I'll have my plus 1 in the denominator. So simplifying, I have 2x, then minus 6 plus 1, that gives me minus 5. And this is a composite function, 9 over 2x minus 5. For the next question, I will be finding the inverse of this function f of x. So I will replace f of x with y. So I have y equal 9 over 2x plus 1. Then the next step is to interchange. So I change the y to x. And where I have x, it will be replaced with y. So I have 2y plus 1. Now I'll be cross multiplying, so carrying the 2y plus 1 over the equal sign, and the x goes in the denominator. So I carry the 2y plus 1 over to the left and the x into the denominator. So switching positions. Now making y the subject, so I carry the 1 over the equal sign. So that becomes negative. So what I'll have is 2y is equal to 9 over x minus 1. Now the next step is to divide both sides by 2. So when I'm dividing both sides by 2, on the left the 2 cancel, and on the right I'm going to write division and then 2. So canceling the 2. When we divide by 2, we can change this multiplication and then reciprocate it so it becomes a half. So this can be multiplied by a half. So Just remember 2 is the same thing as 2 over 1. So when we change division to multiplication, we have to flip the fraction. So it's just like when we have numbers. So if I have 3 divided by 2, I will change the division to multiplication and then flip the numbers so it becomes a fraction, a half. So that's the same concept that I apply here. So what I have is 9 over x minus 1 times a half. And I can just rewrite this as a half times 9 over x minus 1. And this represents the inverse function, where x is not equal to 0. The next question, we have the diagram below that shows two rectangles A, B, C, D, and G, F, E, D. G, F, E, D. ABCD has an area of 44 centimeters square, and GFED has sides 4 centimeter. So here we have the 4 centimeter and 2 centimeter. AG and EC are 3x centimeter. AG 3x centimeter, and EC is also 3x centimeter. By writing an expression for the area of the triangle ABCD, show that it's equal to the following. Now, area is equal to length times width. So the length is AD and the width is AB. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. What is the length? The length is the summation of this, 3x plus 4. So that's 3x plus 4. And the width, AB, which is the same thing as DC, is 2 plus 3x. So this represents our width. So multiplying this will give us the area. So I'll have 3x plus 4 times 2 plus 3x. And when we multiply this, it will give us 44 centimeters squared. That's what the question gave us. The area is 44 centimeters squared. Now I am going to expand this. So multiplying 3x times 2, that gives me 6x. 3x times 3x, that is 9x squared. Then 4 times 2, that gives me 8. And then 4 times 3x, that's 12x. And then I go ahead and write equal 44. Now I'm going to simplify, so 6x and 12x can be added, and I can write the 9x squared first. Then add 6x plus 12x, that gives us 18x. So let me go ahead and write 18x, followed by writing the 8, and I also need to carry the 44 over the equal sign, so there's going to be a change in sign. So I will have this become minus 44 equal 0. So I'll have 9x squared plus 18x minus 36. So 8 minus 44, that's minus 36 equals 0. Now remember, we're trying to show that it's equal to x squared plus 2x minus 4 equals 0. There's no 9. So I need to get rid of the 9 in front of the x squared. So I'll divide the entire equation by 9. So the 9 into this. 9 into 9 goes 1 time. 9 into 18 goes 2 times. So I'll have a 2x. 9 into 36, that goes 4 times. And 0 divided by 9 is 0. So here we have shown it's looking the same thing, so we have proven this. The next question, I need to calculate the 3 decimal place the value of x. So here we have the quadratic x squared plus 2x minus 4 equals 0. First, can this be factorized? Am I able to get two factors to multiply to give me minus 4 and add to give me 2? No. So therefore, I have to use a formula, which I am writing here. We use this whenever we cannot factorize, then solve. I need to identify what is a, b, and c. A is the coefficient of x squared, so a is 1. Once you're not seeing anything in front of the x squared, that tells me it's a 1. Coefficient of x, what is in front of x? That represents b, so b is 2. And c is a constant, which is negative 4. So now I'm going to substitute. So finding out what is x, I have minus b. B is 2. And then I will have plus or minus square root b squared. So 2 squared minus 4ac. So minus 4 times, I'll put a in brackets, so 1 times c, which is minus 4, close my brackets, all over 2 times, what is a? A is 1. 2 times 1. Now simplifying this, I'll rewrite my minus 2. Then I have plus or minus the square root of 2 squared, that's 4. Minus 4 times 1 times minus 4, that's positive 16. Negative times negative, positive. All over 2 times 1, that's 2. Simplifying further, I have minus 2 plus or minus. Underneath my square root, the 4 plus 16, that's 20 over 2. Now I'm going to separate this. So this is the same as x is equal to minus 2 plus root 20 over 2, or x equal minus 2 minus root 20 over 2. So what I'll do for the first part, you will put minus 2 plus root 20 into your calculator. So that will give me 2.4721. Now I divide it by 2. I will get 1 point, remember it's 3 decimal places, so 236. In the next one, where I have 2 minus root 20, calculating that in your calculator, you will get minus 6.4721. Now dividing this by 2, we will get minus 3 decimal places, so it's 2.36. Now for this, the answer will be 1.236 because the length can't be negative. So it has to be 1.236 centimeter. The next question is asking to calculate the perimeter of the unshaded region. So perimeter means adding the sides. So the first side is AB. So I need to add AB plus the next side, which is BC. Then I need to add, so I'm adding the unshaded region, the length, EC. So perimeter is around. The next side will be EF. That's the next side that I'll be adding. Then the next side will be FG. Adding the sides for the unshaded region. And the final one is AG. Now, AB is the same size as DC. So we know that DC is 3x plus 2. So that means AB is also 3x plus 2. Now BC is the same length as AD. So it is 3x plus 4. Or if you prefer to write it as 4 plus 3x, just as how I wrote 3x plus 2 as 2 plus 3x is the same thing. So BC is 3x plus 4. EC, as you can see, the length is 3x. EF is the length of GD, so that's 4. And FG is the length of ED, so that's 2. And AG is 3x. So adding this, we add the constants of 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. These are the constants that I'm adding. So that gives me 12. Then add the variables 3x plus 3x plus 3x plus 3x. And that gives me 12x. Now, we need to substitute what is x. Remember, I had solved the quadratic and got x to be positive 1.236. So using that x value to substitute it for x in the expression 12 plus 12x, I replace x with 1.236 and calculating it, I will multiply. So rewrite my 12 but multiply 12 times 1.236 and that will give us 14.832. So adding these two numbers, 12 plus 14.832, gives us 26.832 centimeters. And that is the perimeter of the unshaded region. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.